Hey everyone, welcome back to Gamio channel. Don't forget to click subscribe if you want more weekly updates on this channel. Xbox One is considered by many to be one of the best places to play, not least because Game Pass, Xbox One's game streaming subscription service, just makes playing games more accessible. The Xbox 360's immense success may have been tough to beat, but over time Xbox One has risen to this challenge thanks to a wealth of tentpole exclusives and a focus on graphical fidelity. And despite what critics claim, Microsoft's third console is now host to a swathe of great Xbox One exclusive games, spanning several different genres, whether you're into handcrafted 2D platformers or first-person shooter thrill rides. But what Xbox One exclusive should you play first? There are several to choose from, after all. With any luck, this list of the 15 best Xbox One exclusive games we've put together can help put that into perspective. Highlighting the select few games on Xbox One worth your time is a tricky task, but you needn't look anywhere else for the definitive selection. But, without further ado, let's get into it. 15. RYSE. Son of Rome. An Xbox One launch title, RYSE looked like the next generation of console gaming had arrived without necessarily playing like it. It's a visual feast which lacks any real meat, turning to repetitive combat far too often. There's nothing wrong with that if a murderthon is what you're after, something which RYSE will oblige in bringing to you in spades. Its Roman setting is well realized and its characters relatively well fleshed out, though you may walk away from it still feeling peckish. Absolutely worth checking out if you like blood and guts, though, so approach it with an open mind if you want to be pleasantly surprised. 14. Halo Wars 2. The sequel to the beloved RTS original on Xbox 360, Halo Wars 2, might have launched to a bit of a whimper, but it's hard to deny its charms. It can't hold a candle to almost any RTS on PC, but it bridges a gap between hardcore and casual strategy games well enough to appeal to players of both. Expanding the Halo universe, Halo Wars 2 introduced new villains and heroes while improving upon its predecessor in key areas, though it can feel flat at points during its campaign. It isn't going to change the lives of RTS or even Halo fans, but if you're looking to scratch an RTS itch from the comfort of your couch with some competent gamepad controls, you will most likely be satisfied. 13. D4. Dark Dreams Don't Die. Madder than the Mad Hatter after stubbing his toe, D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die isn't going to be for everyone. It graduated from the school of lunacy as Deadly Premonition, which is probably explained by it also being developed by Access Games and executive produced by Swery. Already a cult favorite, D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die is an episodic story-driven game which is difficult to explain. It features scuffles with a woman-cat, not Catwoman, QTE fistfights on aeroplanes, and cel-shaded visuals that capture the eye. Don't worry about the Kinect features and just descend into madness, but make sure you don't descend too far, it doesn't look like it will be getting the sequel it needs. 12. CRACKDOWN 3. CRACKDOWN 3 is not a great game, but does it really need to be? Neither of the first two games in the trilogy were what you would call groundbreaking, more what you could call just straight-up dumb fun. While that ethos may not mesh well for most modern games, those looking for something to help them put their brain on ice for a bit will be well placed with CRACKDOWN 3. When the world's electricity is taken offline, you must play as Terry Crews. There are other characters, but there's also Terry Crews, so you only need one to take down mob bosses, cause destruction, and collect more orbs than you can fit in your pockets. There's absolutely zero nuance here whatsoever and is as deep as a puddle singing a Stains song, but sometimes a bit of light entertainment is just what you need. 11. Gears 5. No, not of War, just Gears. Xbox's rebranding of the Gears of War franchise was a bit of an unnecessary move, though arguably the most questionable thing about the game is its monetization. Alongside microtransactions that offer a terrible grind as the alternative, Gears 5 is also a weird ad for Terminator. Dark Fate with special characters from that tie-in also being stronger than the normal ones. It's a shame, because the campaign is far more engaging than its predecessor, the equally polarizing Gears of War 4. You control Kate as she navigates more open environments in some of the most jaw-dropping sequences you're likely to find on your Xbox One, a crazy amount of fidelity squeezed out of what is now a rather aged console. While it may not be the revolutions Gears were hoping for, 5's inclusion on Game Pass means that it's at least worth checking out. 10. Titanfall 2. Bigger weapons make better friends in Titanfall 2, the epic follow-up to the genre-redefining Titanfall. Respawn Entertainment pushes the genre forward once again with a new innovative single-player campaign and multiplayer experience that reaffirms Titanfall 2 as the fastest, most visceral shooter yet. Combine and conquer with new titans and pilots, deadlier weapons, and feature-rich customization and progression system that helps you and your Titan flow as one unstoppable killing force. Unite and destroy. Become one. 9. Forza Motorsport 7. Forza Motorsport 7 is a racing video game released in late 2017. The game features over 700 cars and more than 200 different configurations to race on across 32 locations at the game's launch, including all of them from Forza Motorsport 6, a fictional street circuit in Dubai, is one of the new circuits and several tracks returning from Forza Motorsport 4, including Maple Valley Raceway, Mugello Circuit and Suzuka Circuit. Two features that are new to the Motorsport title include dynamic weather, previously seen in Horizon titles, and customizable drivers. 9. Quantum Break. Say what you want, but Quantum Break was actually a lot of fun, even if it wasn't Alan Wake 2. An ambitious project from Remedy Entertainment that sought to blend a traditional third-person shooter with a mini TV show, Quantum Break, told an intriguing story about time travel that was affected by the player's choices. It was a bit cheesy at times, and probably unintentionally, but on the whole, it was an enjoyable romp. 7. Dead Rising 3. Dead Rising 3 takes place 10 years after Dead Rising 2. It follows the game's protagonist, a young mechanic named Nick Ramos, as he desperately attempts to find a way out of the city of Los Perdidos. In 2017, the government began using Zombrex chips, a required chip that is placed inside infected people and administers Zombrex daily. This chip, however, also tracks them via GPS, which makes many refuse to have it administered. During the events of Dead Rising 3, the Zombrex chips implanted in those infected malfunctioned, which causes this newest zombie outbreak. This outbreak forces Nick and other survivors to escape the city alive before the military performs a firebombing. 6. Sea of Thieves. A contentious pick right out of the gate, but Sea of Thieves can genuinely offer some of the biggest laughs you've had with an Xbox One headset on. Whilst the framework of the game is as skeleton as the AI enemies you encounter, Sea of Thieves thrives on the moment-to-moment emergent gameplay that occurs as players cross paths. It's a watercooler game, with the lifespan of the game being determined by the fresh anecdotes that are created. Plus, with more content being planned in the coming months, it's only going to get better and better. 5. State of Decay 2. State of Decay 2 is a third-person, action-adventure, survival horror, RPG game, usually shortened as survival fantasy by the developers. The player has the role of not one character, but an entire community. Every character that is recruited into a community can be individually controlled, contributing their part towards their fellowship and improving on personal skills and goals. The player is able to shoot, drive and melee, although weapons, vehicles and equipment will deteriorate after prolonged use and need to be fixed using materials found in the world. 4. Gears of War 4. We'll admit that Gears of War 4 wasn't the strongest start to the franchise post-Epic Games, but the Coalition did a decent job establishing new characters and threats for the world of Serra. It's not exactly Gears of War 3, but it was enjoyable nonetheless, and the support of the Xbox One X means it now looks amazing. Besides, no game does cover-based shooting better than Gears. Well, fight anyone who disagrees. 3. Halo 5. Guardians. We may as well copy the description from Gears 4 for this one, because the same things apply. While Halo 5. Guardians could never live up to the lofty heights set by Halo 3, ODST and Reach, it did offer a unique and engaging multiplayer experience in the form of Warzone, along with an impressive Forge mode that allowed for some truly imaginative creations and a campaign that pushes the series into new territories. 2. Sunset Overdrive. Developed by Insomniac Games, Sunset Overdrive was touted as being the killer exclusive for the Xbox One. Truth be told, it wasn't, but the more we look back on the game, the more we appreciate it. Oftentimes, games can be a little bit too dour in their pursuit of serious credibility. Sunset Overdrive didn't care about any of that though, instead offering a sugar, and probably other drugs, laced thrill ride through a vibrant world filled with colorful abominations. If you ever find gaming a bit too dramatic, Sunset Overdrive is the cure. 1. Forza Horizon 3. If you've ever spent a prolonged period of time on Xbox, then you'll need little introduction to the Forza franchise, primarily due to the plethora of advertisements you get bombarded at you every time you so much as look on the home dashboard. If you like cars, or even just open-world games, then you'll love Forza. Horizon 3 is set to follow the same tried and true formula of the previous entries. If it's not broke, am I right? You can do all the usual, fix up a car to match the specs only achievable in your wildest dreams, race friends and online rivals alike across vast open terrains, and just roam around, enjoy the scenery to the harmony of the 8 diverse radio stations. This AAA title is sure to entertain fans of the series and the racing genre alike. What did you think of this list? Any we missed? Let me know down below in comment.